Sports Professor Rick Horrow inside the $1.3 trillion business of sports with your Maxwell matchup. The top 3 games with off-field implications brought to you by the Maxwell Football Club. Number 1, number 10, Oklahoma, Bedlam, Oklahoma State, Stillwater, economic impact, far eclipsing anything you can imagine. But the important thing this year is the 114-year rivalry probably coming to an end for the foreseeable future. Remember, Oklahoma started the cascade to the SEC. Oklahoma State still in the Big 12, but they schedule, along with Oklahoma, well in advance, locked up until 2038, probably not going to play for a while. And this game, the cheapest seat, starts at about $500, so it's not a seat, it's standing room. And at the end of the day, this is one of those games you mark as a defining moment in Oklahoma, college football history. That's number 1. Number 2, number 3, Ohio State at Rutgers. This doesn't look like a matchup worthy of consideration until you remember Eric LeGrand, a Rutgers player tragically paralyzed in 2010 and vowed to walk again. He's certainly an entrepreneur. And in honor of that, Rutgers has celebrated his brand. Look at the press release. LeBrand's Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, featuring it at SHI Stadium and Jersey Mike's Arena, the first relevant business deal between a university and a liquor company, and it's over his name. What a tremendous opportunity to generate some charitable dollars as well as show the right thing. While Rutgers is still fighting for relevance, Ohio State, the biggest and most avid fan base worldwide, some say, with one of the biggest revenues, but they can't top this charity. Let's see what happens on the field. That's number 2. Finally, number 3, number 13, LSU, number 8, Alabama, at Tuscaloosa. And LSU has made the issue of women's sports NIL a big deal. Olivia Dunn, Angel Reese in the top 10 of all female moneymakers, making more money in college than they ever would in pro. Let's remember that LSU, a top-flight program with a whole bunch of things going on, including gambling relationships and otherwise. How about Alabama? We don't need to talk about how important their programs are, but we do need to say that Tuscaloosa generates about $800 million during a year for Alabama football games, $25 million per game and more. And Publix, for example, the local Tuscaloosa office or store, reports about $150,000 more for every Alabama weekend. Who knows what they're buying, but the bottom line is it keeps these stores relevant and the economics going well into the summer, say the tourist boards. Again, we'll see what happens on the field. Sports Professor Rick Horrow with your Maxwell matchups, top 3 games with off-field implications, brought to you by the Maxwell Football Club.